want 2 beef patties, special sauce, onions, tomatoes, lettuce on a sesame seed bun. On a sesame seed bun, you big dummy.
Damn. But are you from America?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who the British Prime Minister is?
I don't know.
Do you know what the largest state territory-wise is?
Texas. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Alright. How many continents are there in the world?
I never really thought about that.
Do you know who the head of the European Union is?
No.
Do you know how many amendments there are in the Constitution?
No.
Okay. Do you know how many branches of government there are in America?
Isn't there one for each state?
Do you know who fought in the Civil War?
Civil War? Well, obviously, not Lincoln, but I don't know.
Do you know what the Bill of Rights is?
I heard of it. I forgot what it was.
Okay. Do you know how many senators there are in the U.S.?
How many what?
Senators there are in the U.S.?
Isn't there one for every state?
So would that be... Okay. Do you know how many are in one per state?
I believe that most Americans are ignorant because they are too comfortable. It's like the old saying, ignorance is bliss. For example, many of the people we have interviewed have no idea why our country is in Iraq. Believe it or not, some people even still believe that it was because of WMDs. The truth is that as long as Americans can go to McDonald's and get great deals at Walmart, they just don't care about what's happening in the rest of the world. It's sad, but it's true. That's why Americans are ignorant, and that's why the rest of the world hates us. Having said that, America! Woo!
How many amendments are there to our Constitution? Okay. How many branches of government does the U.S. have? Can you name it?
3.
Can you name them?
House, Senate, and Congress.
Okay. How many senators are there in the U.S. and how many of them are in California?
I'm not even from California, so no.
Okay. Do you know what the Bill of Rights is?
First Amendment. So there's more amendments than 10. Okay, yeah.
Who fought in the Civil War?
No.
Okay. Do you know who Gordon Brown is? Do you know what the religion of Israel is, the name of?
Buddhism.
Okay. Do you know who Fidel Castro is?
Yes, the Mexican leader of...
Okay. Do you know who Vladimir Putin is? Okay. And do you have any reason why the U.S. invaded Iraq?
What are those people? I don't know what they're called. But
Terrorists?
no, they have a name, don't they?
Muslims?
No. The Muslims didn't.
Why do you invade?
Untitled?
Yes.
China?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Where are you from?
China?
China? Okay. Do people talk about America a lot there? Is there much said about Americans?
American people their life is very comfortable.
Comfortable?
Yeah, because they enjoy their life, right? Yeah, but in China, such as my school, a lot of homework, and we always sleep very late. It's very I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because we have a lot of homework, and the teacher is very strict, and the parents is also very strict. They will control your life, and
really?
Yeah.
So school is a lot more tedious than it is here.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
It's not that Americans are stupid, it's just that the public isn't very well informed. People don't really pay the best attention to what's going on around them because they're so absorbed in their own lives. It's really easy to ignore what's going on around the world, but in the end it's pretty harmful to the United States. We're already lagging in certain areas like math and science. It's naive to think that the U.S. will remain at the top of the world order for much longer, the attitude that we're the greatest and no one else really matters. That attitude may have worked in the past, but the global community is more connected than ever now. and what goes on across the world affects us here.
It's on?
Yep.
Okay. How many stripes are on our flag?
Ooh, oh my god. Are these all American questions?
American world.
I should know these two. I want to say 12.
Okay. How many amendments are there in the Constitution?
I don't even want to guess because it might be totally.
Okay. How many branches of government does the U.S. have?
Branches 3.
Can you name them?
Let's see, legislative, judicial, and oh my god. I can't name the last one.
Okay.
This is really embarrassing.
How many senators are there in the U.S.?
Ooh. Alright. I do not know offhand, actually.
Okay. Do you know who the British Prime Minister is?
Currently, no.
Do you know how many senators there are in the U.S.? No? Okay. Do you know what the Bill of Rights is?
Oh, yeah.
What, can you expand real quick? Just.
I don't want to give explain that I can't do.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you know how many stripes are on our flag?
No.
Yep.
No. Who the hell is that? Well, because it says Kim Jo on the corner, I'm guessing that's Kim Jo. That's Britain.
Can you tell me who these two people are?
Well, obviously LeBron James. No, he's too old.
Just look at the media. They're always talking about how Lindsay Lohan didn't wear underwear or how Britney Spears didn't put a seatbelt on her kid. They don't talk about the war in Iraq. They don't talk about the terror in Darfur or all the other things happening around the world. They don't even talk about how the president misled us in the war in Iraq. I mean, he said they were weapons of mass destruction, and they really weren't. It's been 5 years, so we should know by now. But we still just follow whatever the media tells us. So the media should start showing us the truth and finding out exactly what is wrong with the world, so we can start believing it instead of living in a bubble.
What the largest state territory-wise is in the U.S.? Okay. Do you know how many amendments there are to the Constitution?
No.
Okay. Do you know how many senators there are in the U.S.? Okay. Do you know who fought in the Civil War? British and... Okay. Okay. Do you know who the British Prime Minister is? Okay. Do you know what the main religion of Israel is? No? Okay. Do you know who Fidel Castro is? Okay. Do you know who Vladimir Putin is? Okay. And do you know why the U.S. invaded Iraq? Okay. Well, do you know what the largest U.S. state territory-wise is?
I want to say California.
California? Okay. Do you know how many amendments there are to the Constitution?
Not a fucking clue.
Alright. Do you know how many branches of government that we have? Okay, can you name them?
The executive, judicial, and
okay.
Something like
that. Do you know how many senators there are in the U.S.? How many per state then?
2.
Do you know what the Bill of Rights is?
Maybe.
Do you want to elaborate?
No.
Okay. Do you know who the British Prime Minister is? Okay. Do you know who Vladimir Putin is? Alright, you want to do the... I believe most Americans are ignorant because most of them believe that we, the United States, are better than everyone else, and then they go out and brag about it to the rest of the other countries. Personally, that's why I believe most countries are not very fond with us and personally don't like us. So that's why I think most Americans need to become more humble about it and not boast to the other countries.
My destination, handcuffed and back of a bus, 40 of us.
as a shorty shouldn't be so rough. But as the world